Hiya, and welcome back to Roads Yet Traveled. The game that teaches us that... I don't know. I don't know. I actually need to start preparing these. I actually need to sit down and start preparing these fucking jokes because I'm always out of ideas. Anyways, let's just hop right in. Before I know it, a certain disheveled Karen peeks the corner and starts heading my way. He stops a few times to recover the clattering tools that keep falling out of his bag. I decide to meet him halfway, as he's receiving more stares than I am. You need help there, bud? No, I got it now. Oh yeah, I am paying attention. This is like getting my full undivided attention, he says, zipping up his well-worn bag. I can't help but notice the zipper is already slipping back. Sorry, I lost track of time a bit. Were you waiting long? I figured you'd still be inside with Dr. Seno. My jokes have been ran dry. See, after over 850 streams, I ran out of jokes. After over 850 streams, that is the rough estimation. We are almost at 900 streams, to give you an idea. I figured you'd still be inside with Dr. Seno. Oh no, we finished up maybe half a mark ago. I just wanted to wait out here. It got a bit stuffy. Thought it'd be best to wait out here. Stuffy? Do I need to check the vents again? They aren't due for cleaning for another few months. No, sorry, I meant it like a metaphor or an idiom. Or something. I just had to get out of there, alright? I don't think metaphors work like that. Well, how was your day? Oh, not bad. We're finally catching up with the deferred repairs on the lower decks. Now most of the team is ready to return to general maintenance. You wouldn't imagine how many lights we need to replace. He looks past me down the hallway, staring at one of the lights, and when it inevitably flickers, he only sighs. What am I going to do when we hit 1,000 streams or videos? I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Explode Tyr? No, I love Tyr. I actually like him. He looks past me down the... Yeah, I already read that. You'll get there, bud. Wanna head back? Yeah. He slings his bag over his shoulder, taking one last look at the light fixture, and we head down the hall. So, what did you do today anyways? I didn't want to bother Merwin by asking. I kind of just laid down and got irradiated all day, honestly. Huh? We did a bunch of x-rays, stuff like that. Oh, that makes sense. I haven't had one of those done for a while, not since I got my arm. He flexes his fingers and stretches out his mechanical hand before him. I notice an errant twitch in one of the fingers, and it seems he does too. Might have to fix that. Do you ever use the other one? Huh? He cocks his head, looking at both his paws before displaying them to me. Not like that, Rune. I meant the other mechanical arm you have in your room. You said it's a backup, yeah? Oh, usually not. It's not as well tuned anymore. Do you need to work on them often? It's advised that we check them every few months. But with the work I do, it can happen more regularly. Most prosthetics don't get quite the workout that mine does. He flexes, and I can almost hear it whining as it moves. But I'm glad that your day wasn't too bad then, right? I'm sure that Merwin was really helpful. He's trying. We're really still not sure what's going on, and I doubt any of the tests we did today will tell him all that much. Oh. It's okay, bud. We're not giving up yet. Right. The conversation hits a wall as neither of us can think of anything to say. It's not like my diagnosis is that grim. I mean, they couldn't even find anything wrong with me. But we both know that's not the answers that we're looking for. Feeling a bit worried, I ask, how was Milo today? Did you see him? He's good. We worked together to seal a crack we found in one of the walls of column B. That's not as bad as it sounds. Stress fractures happen all the time, and it just means that the column is moving. Which is also supposed to happen. Well, I guess it's good you fixed it then. How was, Kess? They seemed fine. Why? Just figured I'd ask. You always seem to work with Milo. Don't they get jealous? Jealous? They're my assistant, Tucker. They don't need my help. That's not really what I... Wait, does that mean Milo does need your help? Sometimes, yeah. It's a lot of work. No one should really be doing it alone. Kess just kind of does. I guess that's not really surprising considering what I've learned about them, but still. Arriving at our door, Rune stops and holds out his bag for me. Hold this for me. Wait, The bag hits the hard metal floor, almost pulling me down with it. Somehow unperturbed, his pockets are scoured until a key emerges that opens the door. Thanks. Is the only thing he says before casually lifting the bag and heading inside. Rune, you bitch! Rune, you quite literal son of a bitch. Just kidding, we love you. Following inside, I see he's already started peeling off his jacket and heading for the bathroom. Your autocorrect is being a bitch. I take the opportunity to change in, push his bag to the side. Resting on my bed, Rune comes out a few minutes later, decently cleaned up and just as tired. He throws his jacket aside and lays face first on his bed. Looking at my monitor, I see it's still far too early to go to sleep. You going to bed, bud? Your little request? Your what? What's going on? Going to bed, bud? A muffled escapes from the pillow. Is that a yes or Walking over, I sit next to him and almost unconsciously begin to pat his back, rubbing it gently. He lets out a deep breath and his tail idly bats against my side. Why am I even... I freeze as I realize what I'm doing, but he doesn't seem to mind. And it's not like I'm touching his fur or anything. He's still got his tank top on after all. I've internalized this too much already, I don't know if this is okay. Patting his back a few last times, I stop. I swear, I hear him whine and his tail slowly dies down. He does, however, begin to arouse as he sits up next to me. Without a word, his head shoots to his desk and he heads over. So I guess, is he not going to say anything about... what you doing over there, bud? Oh, heck yeah. Well, I don't know what to say about that. Yeah, I don't know what to do in that situation. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, let's hope that happens. What you doing over there, bud? Huh? Oh, I realized I needed to ask for someone to cover my shift for me in a few days. Because, you wanted to go see something, right? Do you still want to do that? Totally, yeah. You said you knew a place, right? Yeah. It's not too hard to get to, and it should be nice and quiet so you can relax. Yeah, great. You still not gonna tell me what it is? Nope, you'll see soon enough. Heh. He's definitely taking me back down into the depths of the station, isn't he? It's fine as long as we don't run into any more things down there. I'm sure it will be somewhat relaxing. He finishes up typing before resting on his desk, just staring at the monitor. You good, bud? Yeah, sorta. I just... thinking about that Soknos project I'm working on. I realize I should probably double-check the schedules, make sure everyone's still on it. Oh, how's that going? It's coming along. We're almost done setting it up, so everything should be ready when the, important person guy gets here. I'm just not sure how long we'll need to keep working on it until after they get here. You think it's going to be some long project? I thought you were just making sure everything worked down there. We are, but that doesn't mean we won't get any new orders when they arrive. So I'm just thinking about what that could be. Despite how I make it seem, most of the important things are accounted for. There are no major electrical problems, the exterior is well within safe parameters, and I haven't heard anything from life support recently. Is that a bad thing? Maybe I should message them. You'd repair the life support systems? Not personally, but I can run assistance. It's like the Maron. It has its own team. I can just lend some extra paws. They've asked for help before, so it's possible. But otherwise, I'm not really sure. It's left me a bit on edge, I won't lie. It's not like the crew isn't ready to jump into action if need be, but I do hope I can ease up on them for a bit. Worrying about it won't help, but you're doing well to prepare for it. If you can't think of anything major to repair, then you're probably fine, right? Probably. But you're right, I'm still busy as is. I'll see what happens when they arrive. It usually takes a few days for new orders to trickle down to maintenance anyways. I'm sure Marruk and Dr. Merwin will end up much busier than I'll be. I can't imagine they're going to have any free time. Yeah. Do you think you could... He goes to get up, only to realize he's still holding on to part of his monitor. If his expression is anything to go by, it's probably not a good thing either. The muscles in his neck and chest flex, but nothing happens. Bringing his paw to one of his synthetic fingers, he slowly pries it away. A mechanical whine emits from the arm, not as a physical one emits from Rune, fidgeting, fighting against his own paw. Fucking Void, are you okay? Yeah. Sorry, I didn't think it was this bad already. Do you need help? No! No, don't touch it! I don't want you to get hurt. Just give me a second. Prying another finger off, he manages to free himself, and some semblance of control is retched back. He can barely even make a fist with it as he tries to check the damage. Well, do you need me to call someone? Are you going to be okay? Oh, it's okay, I can fix it. Do you mind clearing my desk a bit there, though? Yeah, of course. Making some room for me, pulls out a small stool and takes a seat. Putting his other prosthetic to the side, he looks like he wants to reach for some tools, but his arm falters and fails to bend. Here, bud. Thanks. A little embarrassed, he takes the tools and starts slowly working on one of the metallic plates. Are you sure you're okay? I know you've said that this can happen, but it's fine. I just need to reset some things. Since you're here though, do you mind helping? Helping? Are you sure? You don't have to if you don't want to. It might just be nice to have an extra pair of paws. You can't imagine how long this takes with only one arm. Of course, just tell me what to do. It might be a tick. Just sit down for now. What? Rune? I think you only have one stool. His eyes goes wide as he looks around. Oh. You don't say. Usually when people come over, they just sit on the beds. You can sit on the desk if you want. Unsure of how long this will take, and considering my options, I make some more room on the desk and hop on. From the gentle dragging of his tail on the floor, I guess Rune approves of my choice. So, what do you need me to do? For starters, you can hold this. There is a metallic snap as half the plating on his forearm comes off, revealing the fragile wiring underneath. The piece itself is strangely soft to the touch, silky with a bit of give. Not unlike how his fingers feel. Was that supposed to snap off like that? Probably. Nose deep in his own elbow, he ignores me and keeps fiddling away with his good paw. He leverages in some tiny screwdriver, and one of his fingers begins to twitch. Is that good? It's progress. Can you feel that? Not in the way you might think. I only really have sensation on my paw pads, otherwise it's just kind of a suggestion of touch. Like, I know that I'm working on this connection right now. I can feel something, but it's not painful. Trust me, it doesn't feel like I'm shoving a knife right in my arm. That's somewhat reassuring. A second finger jumps to life and begins slowly curling in and out. How long have... I scratch behind my ear and look away. How long has this been an issue? You know, it not working and stuff. Almost 4 cycles. I've had my prosthetic for almost 4 cycles now. And the malfunctions? Probably 2 cycles now. But like I said, it's kind of my fault. The modifications I made to it and the stress I put it under, they really shorten the life expectancy of these things. I'm sorry I asked. It's fine, Tucker. It's not really some big secret, and I understand that people can be curious. Did you know Milo asked the first day he arrived? Really? How'd that go? I explained it to him, and he seemed enthralled. He thought it was like some kind of employee improvement program. Is that a thing? No! Ha! Kess gave them a scolding, but it turned out alright. Tweezers, please. Oh, gotcha. Well, I don't feel quite as bad now hearing that. You shouldn't have to feel bad, Tucker. For me, it's just part of who I am. I've gotten used to it. It was still rude of me to ask. Who told you that? Just normal societal expectations. And Merowyn. Well, I'm not Merowyn, and I don't mind Tucker. Okay, so, my hair is tickling the inside of my ear, and I hate it. I gotta do a whole fucking thing real quick, just so it stops tickling the inside of my ear. And now I'm not suffering. Yay! His pointer finger begins to curl up. Hey, halfway there. Unfortunately, that was the easy part. Driver, please. Cut my hair? Girly, no. I want long hair. Like, I want long hair, and my current hairstyle took 2 years to get. Took 2 years. That said, I am going to be cutting it soon. What the?
Unfortunately, that was the easy part.
Driver, please. Handing him a screwdriver, he removes another section of plating, this time leaving it to the side with the wire still connected. Layers unfold as the depths of the mechanical arm are revealed. It's not a simple process, and minutes pass by in silence. Then something surprising happens. Rune starts to hum. And not a mechanical hum, but a very softly under his breath, I hear a song. Perhaps I just don't focus enough when we work. Or I'm too distracted by the hollow serenity of the tunnels, but I swear he's never done this before. I want to ask. Well, so many things, but knowing Rune, the second he notices that he's doing it, he'll panic and stop. Maybe that's for the best? I mean, I don't want him to embarrass himself, he's prone enough to that as is. But this, it feels so personal. Maybe he only does it when he's tinkering on things, or when he thinks he's alone. He is prone to forgetting when people are around. Another piece comes off and he places it to the side. Solder, please. He says, holding out his paw. What? That one. He points, I grab. Thanks. And he continues. It's a jagged and discordant thing, but it's definitely him. His last finger begins to move and he grins as some semblance of control seems to have been regained. Slowly the pieces clink back into place and in but a few minutes his arm is whole once more. Doesn't look perfect, and even I can tell this was more of a patch-up than a true repair. But his fingers begin to move in tandem again nonetheless. I want to speak up and ask, but I'm still transfixed by what I heard. He's stopped now, but it was such a calm moment to spend together. Tucker? Yeah? You can get off the desk now. Oh, right. Seems like he's not the only one who gets stuck in their own head. So, was that it? Are you done? Yep, well, yes and no. Does his arm have Wi-Fi? Can his arm play YouTube? Can his arm play Minecraft? Yep, well, yes and no. I did all I could, but I think I'm going to let it rest on its own charging port tonight, just to be sure. Usually after repairs like that, it's best to leave it off for a bit. Oh, right. Does that hurt? Taking it off? Not really, no. It's just weird when my nerves suddenly stop working on that side of my body. Going from having an arm to suddenly not is always a bit weird. But, well, it's not like I haven't done it before. Do you need help getting it off? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, that is hilarious. That is fucking hilarious. So, I have it set up to where I get my phone notifications on my laptop. I have it set up with that. Thanks, Microsoft, for setting that up. I just got a notification from Twitter. I guess Elon Musk and Donald Trump are talking on a podcast, and I find that so funny. I don't know, I just find it so funny. Do you need help getting it off? No, thank you. I'll just take it off before I go to sleep. I, don't like being awake without it. Right, of course. What was I even doing before this? Before your arm got all weird? Oh man, that was like 2 marks ago now. I guess I'll figure it out in the morning. Speaking of, do you know what you're doing tomorrow? Me? I guess I hadn't thought about it. Do you want to stay here? I'd rather not. Maybe I could ask Milo if he wouldn't mind taking a shift with you. Oh, I mean, if that's alright with him, I'll send him a message then. I'm gonna get ready for bed now, you okay? Yeah, go for it. He slips into the bathroom and I finally take a seat on my bed. A strange sound emanates from deep within my throat as I try to mimic what I heard. Doesn't sound great, but I don't think it needs to, really. Turning off the lights, I lay down still with the song in my mind and let stillness wash over me. Oh my god. Marruk wasn't at his usual station when we arrived, so our plans are revised to leaving a message and returning to my room. Rune takes his time matching my pace as he nervously checks his monitor. Reports or something. I think Tyr finally managed to send more than a text. I'm surprised they have that kind of issue here, but with that thing in the basement, I guess a few technical issues are to be expected. We don't talk much. I think enough has been said. Well, not really. I'm not sure I'll ever be able to rationalize what happened down there. He knows it too, even though I feel like he has just as many questions as I do. Rune checks his monitor one last time before ushering us into an elevator, and we head up and out. I can't wait to explain this all for a 3rd time today. No, it'll be nice to see Marruk again. I wonder what meeting he was in anyways. He didn't tell me about it or anything. I mean, I don't think he did. Oh shit, wait, I was out for like a whole day. Something probably came up during that time. It's fine, they have their own things to take care of. Still, considering that they couldn't be reached, it must have been really important. I wonder if it has something to do with Tucker? Huh? This is your room, yeah? Oh, so it is. Are you sure you're okay? I mean, after this morning, I wouldn't blame you if... No, I'm not. I know I'm kinda a mess right now. I just need... more sleep? Fuck, I don't even know at this point. Is Marruk finally coming? Yup. Good. He looks worried, but seemingly unsure as to what to do. I try to straighten myself to assure them I don't think it works. I'm not just going to fall over, you know. Sorry, thanks for this morning. I don't think I would have made it out without you. So, thanks for, that. He lets out a small laugh. Of course! I just want to make sure that we're here for you. I smile and sigh, finally putting my weight against a wall, sliding down and relaxing on the floor. I think they were worried I've collapsed for a moment. I did just say I wouldn't fall over. But actually, they seem more curious than anything. What's up? I know the floors are clean here, but wouldn't it be nicer to rest inside? What do you mean? I know we're waiting for Marruk to show up, but don't you have your own room key? Making perfect eye contact, I stand up, brushing myself off before turning to the door. It's been a morning, huh? Throwing my coat aside, I flop on the bed. I'm surprised, though, when he follows me in. I'm shocked he's comfortable enough to walk into Marruk's room like this. You know, they all kind of know each other, but I've barely been able to see them interact for almost a week now. Do you think you'll be okay until Marruk shows up? Probably not, but then again, I feel like I should wash off and he doesn't need to be around for that. I think I'm just gonna try and get cleaned up, so don't feel like you have to stick around. Are you sure? Yeah, no, really. Well, I'm not trapped in some weird labyrinth being chased by a monster anymore, so all things considered, I'm doing much better. It's not really a labyrinth, it's more of a complex network of intertwining... never mind. That's not, important. But, if you say so. They turn to leave and my heart almost jumps out of my chest. I can't stop myself as I lurch forwards. Thank you for today. Snapping up their paw, my hand betrays as I begin to shake. Oh, no problem. I'm just glad that I could, help. I'm gonna wait in the hallway while you do whatever it is you need to do to clean up. But I'll be around until Marruk comes by, so feel free to say hi if you need me. And, he looks around the room nervously as if missing something before turning back and gently placing a massive paw on my head, messing up my hair. There are no more words, but a shaky smile on his thin lips. Hi, Marruk. See, we already read a lot of this, and we're not skipping this. So the door bursts open and a very upset Karen comes storming in. Marruk? He stands in the doorway, eyeing me up before storming over. I need to figure out his voice, because I forgot all their voices. Kind of. And I cannot remember what voice I gave Marruk, and I want to give him the gayest voice ever, but Pater has that. Pater has the stereotypical gay voice. Sounded mean and tough. Mean and tough. Where the fuck have you been, kid? Huh? I'm just kidding. Where the fuck have you been, Kit? Pointed finger stabs into my numb chest. My eyes go wide in shock. I don't know. Yeah, that's it? Do you have any idea how fucking worried I was? Marruk? Don't give me that! Stand up, damn it, speak to my fucking face! My heart is racing. I'm cornered and alone and never expected this. Well, what? Don't play with me, Tucker! What do you have to say for yourself? I'm sorry. I don't want to get too loud, so I'm just going to whisper into the mic and pretend that I'm screaming really, really loud. That doesn't cut it. He grabs my arms, pinning them against my sides. My heart is pounding out of my chest. I thought I'd be done with this morning, and he pulls me into a deep, crushing hug. Yay, the whiplash. Yay, whiplash. Emotional whiplash. Yay. It doesn't nearly cut it. His heart is beating even faster. I don't know what to say, and he doesn't either. I don't dare speak. His body jolts when my arms somehow return the gesture. He breathes deep onto my back, his claws straining my new shirt. I slowly try to back off, and I swear he almost growls. Eventually, though, he lets me go, turning away and rubbing his eyes. I still don't speak up. I am sorry. I don't want to hear it. I think you do. Watch it, kid! He turns to speak, but I'm no longer impressed by his rage. He's shown his paw. His true colors aren't all red. I walk back to him. I swear he stumbles away, but I don't stop. Chest to chest, I look up at him, dopey blue eyes, more afraid now than anything. Do you see what I mean? Do you see what I mean? He is a bratty bottom, and I will die on that hill unless Mr. Developer Cryptid, unless he proves my headcanon incorrect, and he probably will, because my opinion should mean nothing. I call everyone a bottom because they all give bottom energy. Granted, I'm going based on stereotypes. Marruk gives bratty bottom. I will die on that hill. Chest to chest, I look up at him. Dopey blue eyes, more afraid now than anything. And this time, I grab him. I'm sorry, Marruk. I thought you had left. Left? Where would I go? I don't know. I don't think I'm going anywhere. I think I'm stuck here, Marruk. I know. I think you're stuck with me. A bratty bottom with abandonment issues. Nice. Perfect combo. Lucky me. He puts one paw on my back, this time gently rubbing in between my shoulder blades. I let both our hearts rest before I can barely help myself. So, how was your morning? He pushes me away. He's smiling. It's nice. Pretty shit. But, I can't imagine yours was better. Can't imagine. What happened, Kit? Where have you been? I really don't know, Marruk. I think something's wrong with me. Kit, it's alright. Do you want to sit down? I nod and take a seat on my bed. He stands awkwardly before sitting next to me. Do you need more time, or do you think you can talk about this now? I've got a bit before I need to get back to my shift, if you need. No, I'm just stalling, I guess. I don't even know where to begin, though. At the beginning, usually. Okay, wise ass. I playfully elbow him, but he's right. Well, this morning I woke up to get a drink. I just kinda ended up going for a walk. But I don't remember deciding to do that. It was like I wasn't in control of myself. Okay. I can't tell if he believes me. His poker face is immaculate. Let's jump ahead a bit. What did you hear from Tyr? What do you know already? Not much. By my standards, it was a pretty shit report. So, an average report, really. Fuck off. But yeah, not a lot. He said you were walking around the sublevels, hurt and afraid, and that you had seen something. It's a bit short, but it's not wrong. After wandering around up here, I must have found my way down there somehow. Honestly, I thought I was headed to Doc's Slab just because it's the closest place I know. But it felt like there was something drawing me down towards the bottom of the ship. That's when a flash of blood sprays across my mind. What did you see? I don't even know. Something I've only seen before in my dreams. It was strange and awful, and worst of all, I could feel it. It grasped at me, pulled me like it was really there. Is that why you're all beat up? Did this thing attack you? Oh, well, yes and no. It attacked me, but I got beat up because I was running around and tripped. A few times. What? I was kidding before, Tucker, but I really should be enforcing some mandatory gym marks for you. Bitch! Oh. Yeah, maybe. But that's a problem for later. The monster. Right, the monster. And you're sure it was a monster? I mean, it looked just like my school's mascot, so kinda yeah. That's only tangentially important, but yeah. I'm pretty damn sure. Okay, monster or not, you said you've seen it before. Why haven't you brought this up? I know I ain't great with this kind of stuff, but, like, you can still tell me. I'll do my best to help. That came out rather... Well, I'm unsure if affection is the right word, but he almost sounded hurt as he said it. I would have, please trust me, I would have, but... Marruk, I couldn't even remember that it had happened. So then... Huh? It was like my memory was jogged after seeing that thing I could finally remember. This isn't even the first time something like this has happened. So, this has happened before, here on the station, and you just... forgot? I guess? Tear reminded me of a time I zoned out, but really I think something happened to me. Like I was being forced to forget. And is it just this mascot, or is it something else? There were other things, but I don't really know how to describe them. They were like poems? Visions? I can't remember them word for word or much at all, really. Just how they made me feel. His flat expression breaks as it twists into a confused knot. He scratches behind his ear and idly pulls on his hoodie strings. I know it sounds crazy, Marruk. I don't know what to think of it myself. Well, it certainly doesn't sound sane, I'll tell you that much. Have you heard of anything like this? Like this? By the void, no. I've had some interesting experiences, especially when I was recovering from my eye surgery, but nothing this lucid. Or confusing. I didn't think so. Sorry, you're better off asking Doc about that. Not that you can't tell me about it still. Thanks, Marruk. This might sound weird, but did you see if I was scheduled for anything tomorrow? Oh yeah, I did a full day with Doc. What's that about? I mean, you look like shit, but that's kind of normal for you, so... I elbow him a bit harder this time, making sure to aim for his ribs. So funny. Damn it, laptop. But really, isn't that kind of weird? When I was telling Tyr what was wrong with me earlier, he froze up. I think he even started to get defensive about it, too. Yeah, we gotta wait for, stream has to stabilize. It's stabilized now. Yeah. Yeah, because my laptop, it decided, hey, you know, it's a great idea, let's have a really big lag. It does that, like, daily. At this point, it's just begging for death. I was telling Tyr what was wrong with me earlier, he froze up. I think he even started to get defensive about it, too. Is it from Walmart? It actually is. And then he went and planned all these tests for me. I wonder if he might know what's going on. It's safe to assume he knows what's going on most of the time, but just doesn't want to tell anyone. I feel that's been proven more than ever after our last dinner together. Right. Not even Marruk seems to trust him anymore. I know he doesn't want anything to happen to me, but... I don't know, why does he have to be so secretive about everything? Just comes with the job, I guess. Still, even if he isn't being clear about it, if he set up all these tests for me, surely he has an inkling of what's going on. Maybe. Void, he probably knows exactly what's going on and set up some of the tests just to fuck with you. That might be going a little far even for him. Maybe. Girly, the closest Best Buy is like... Oh shit, where is the closest Best Buy? I don't know, I haven't been there in years. So I'm like checking, because I am actually kind of curious. The closest Best Buy is like an hour away. The closest one is like an hour away. Not in town. Maybe. But for a guy whose whole career has been based around some sci-fi bullshit, I wouldn't expect less. He punctuates his remark with a smirk, and I can't help but reciprocate. His smile, however, fades as fast as it can, only to be replaced by a blank gape. His brow curls in anger before there's a blur pressing me to the bed. I can't move an inch as a looming form leans in. Tucker, open your fucking mouth. Well, goddamn, buy me dinner first. I'm not a slut. I'm classy. I'm a whore. Buy me dinner first. Goddamn. It's so soon. I thought we were taking it slow, Marruk. What? Shh. Open it and keep it open. That's an order. We are not Samuel Ayers. No, we're fancier than him. We're fancier than Samuel Ayers. We're not a prostitute. We're a prostitute with... I'm not gonna make that joke. I'm not gonna make that joke. I'm not gonna make that joke. We're not a prostitute. He's a gentleman. He is, though. I can feel my body go cold as he leers down at me, and I tentatively open my mouth. Oh, I guess. What did you do? Huh? What did you do? He screams, not in anger, but an emotion I would almost equate to fear. He leans in one last time before leaning back and throwing his arms up. Did you lose a fucking tooth? You weren't always missing that, were you? Oh, shit. I forgot. You forgot? Look, a lot happened this morning, alright? I was chased through a labyrinth and I saw like a weird specter of death. Honestly, losing a tooth was the least of my worries. Just tell me, how did you manage that? I already told you when I was running from the monster. I must have knocked it loose. I am going to get so many fucking mandatory gym marks after this. Do human teeth don't happen to... No, they don't grow back. Fuck, Tucker. It's not that bad. I was pretty out of it, so it barely hurt when I pulled it out. Forget I said that part. But look, I still have it. I was thinking maybe Doc could, like, reattach it? He recoils slightly as I pull the bloody stump from my jacket pocket. By the eye! Get rid of that thing! That's disgusting! You don't think Doc can fix it? Tucker, if you show that to Doc, he's going to have a fit. I don't know, maybe he can. He's performed stranger miracles before. Although I don't think hopping you up on carrying painkillers would be a great idea. You might be out of luck there, kid. Damn. Placing the tooth back in my pocket, I turn back to him. You know, Tucker, I'm starting to think the professor might have ordered all those tests for you for a reason. You're really showing some wear and tear. Yeah? You lost a fucking tooth! That can't be normal. I really don't think we need you getting any more damaged as is. No, you're right. Thanks, Marruk. Don't thank me, kid. I'm just doing my job or whatever. He tries to look away as I stare up at him, but he can't help but peek back. He's being awfully kind, but I guess he always is in his own way. Something strikes my mind, though. It wasn't all just nightmares and torture down there, and I need to discuss it with someone else. Marruk, I need your opinion on something. Tyr and I had a bit of an insightful chat, and, well, I don't know what to make of it, really. What do you mean? This morning, after he made sure I wasn't, well, dying, he seemed rather intent on telling me what he could about the Maron. I was a bit surprised, but I guess he saw the opportunity and took it. Seriously? Okay. I don't think I'm going to be much help for something like that, but I can try. I don't expect answers from you. I have no idea if any of what he said was true. He grinds his teeth and twists his muzzle into a perplexed scowl. I know you don't like when things are kept from you either, so... I'm used to it. I don't need to know any of the specifics. Voida barely need to know the project title. If they even bother to tell me that. But with that damn machine, if something like that endangers the crew, then I should know! That's all I'm saying. He exclaims with a pout. Right. Well, what do you say? He told me some about what it does and how long he's been working on it. I guess it's what he wouldn't tell me that worries me. Even though he could tell me what it does, I really don't think he knows why. That sounds about right. From what Doc said, I doubt he even knows what he's doing, really. Maybe it's some new issue, I don't know. I mean, you're evidence of that enough. You being here surely means something's fucked up, right? I said the same thing. I'm serious. I know, that's why it's funny. Ugh. You suck. Yeah. Listen. Some shit's obviously going down with it, alright? I mean, we've got fucking Sokno's team coming to check in on it and everything. It's always been kinda weird and fucked up when I first learned of it. I thought it was a joke. It feels like one anyway. Look, I know I can't do much about it, but if you think I can help, let me know, okay? You could turn it off? I'm like 90% sure we'd plummet into the surface of Novale if I did that, so let's maybe hold off on that part. I thought Novale was a gas giant. It doesn't have a surface, Marruk. Semantics! Anyways, we'd be without gravity, which is just as bad. Do you have any idea how few of the staff here are actually trained to deal with the zero-gravity situation? I don't know, that sounds like it'd be pretty fun to watch. Seeing you float about might be kinda cute. Try and cut myself off with no avail. He blushes and scratches behind his ear. Smooth. Well, I guess I'm glad we're on such a prestigious station then. Yup. Oh, speaking of, Marruk, that Sokno's crew that's coming to inspect the Maron. Tyr said they're close, like arriving in 3 days close. You haven't happened to hear anything new about that, have you? He frowns and looks away. I'm going to take that as a yes then. Yeah, a bit. Not enough to make my job any easier, though. Oh? Yeah. Just lots of shit that needs to get done, but not a lot of answers as to why. I guess it's too hard to ask for things to be easy around here, huh? No, Liv. The good news is, it's probably just some technician or repair worker. The ships they're arriving on is way too small and nowhere near as gaudy as what the execs usually take. I'm kinda surprised, honestly. I figured there'd be more. Is that it? Still no names, though? Tyr didn't know, but I thought maybe you might. Ah, sorry. No manifest, I'm stuck guessing until they land. Alright, thanks for that. Uh-huh. I appreciate you, trying to find out what you can, though. And looking out for me. He doesn't respond. He's done a lot for me since I got here. But thinking back on when we last spoke, I think something needs to be said. Marruk? Yeah? Can we talk about last night? I'll take that as a yes. I'm sorry for what I said. I shouldn't have yelled at you. I was just so upset about everything that, well, it slipped out. Silence. I don't think you didn't deserve that. Takes a deep breath before resting back and turning to me. It was not entirely your fault, Kit. I know you've been going through a lot. Still, I'm still pissed off, okay? I am. So, thanks for saying that. I know all of this shit is out of your control, but like, I don't feel in control either. So, I know your frustration, I know how you felt. How you still feel. Oh, I had no idea it doesn't cut it. I did know. Can you forgive me? Fuck off. Yeah, well, of course. I don't blame you for any of the shit you're going through. Void, I'd be an idiot too. Anyway, we're friends, so I'll let it slide. We're friends, Marruk? I meant crew. You're part of my crew. We can be friends, Marruk. Please shut up. You sure? I think your translator's broken. You're mishearing me. It doesn't work like that, bud. Remember when I said I was still pissed at you? I know. Why? You scared the shit out of me this morning, Kit. Leaving like that. I was worried something happened. I know. I got that impression when I got picked up this morning. Rune had a lot to say. Marruk, I know I've said it before, but thank you for being here for me. I don't know what I'd do without you. My brain freezes and I quickly tack on a guys at the end. Good save, Tucker. I'm not going anywhere, Marruk. Not for a long time. He sighs before laying back on the bed, signaling for me to follow. Laying next to him, I watch as he stares at the ceiling, a faint blue light emanating from the other side of his face. Tucker. Yeah? You'll get through this. That'll make sure of it, yeah? You too, Marruk. I promise. He scoffs and raps my chest with a playful fist. bitch. I really need to fix that. At some point, I stop counting the seconds and we simply lay next to each other. Neither of us speak up as we let the moment play out, and then pass. Thanks for putting up with me. You are an awful roommate. Okay, enough. You know I hate it when you worry like that. Just makes my job harder. I'm not gonna pull your tail about it, though. I chuckle and manage to sit up. I think Marruk takes notice of how hard it is for me, and I wince at the idea of more gym marks being added to my routine. It's funny how he chooses to show it, but he really does care about me. I'd do well to remember that. Tucker? Yeah? Got something for you, hold on. He heads over to his desk and moves some things aside, grabbing something before coming back over. I know, I just said it, don't you want you worrying and shit, but like, I still think you should have this. What do you... I see in his palm, my phone. Screen as cracked as ever. Oh. I didn't even try and fix whatever the fuck was wrong with it, but the monitor still works fine. It'll take a lot more than your weak-ass arms to break that. As much as I hate Soknos, they do know how to make a good monitor. I tentatively reaching out, I don't grab it at first, but I relent and pull it from his paw. Being able to message him and the others is really something I shouldn't limit myself from doing. I rub my thumb over the shattered screen and pocket it away. Thanks. I feel it burning in my pocket. I know without it I wouldn't even be able to speak to him right now. And it has been worth it, but that doesn't mean it doesn't hurt to think about. Marruk, I appreciate that you came down here to get me, but are you going to have to get back to your shift at some point? What, are you kicking me out? Marruk. I'm kidding. Yeah, the prep's a bit behind, and that damn meeting killed my morning. What was that anyways? He freezes and a frown carves its way down his muzzle. I got intercepted on my way to the office. Intercepted? What do you mean? Tall, scary, red jacket, one arm. What? Oh, you met with the captain. I guess that explains why you couldn't leave. I usually think about running away when I see her, but I'm pretty sure she can catch me. That's not what I meant. Wasn't Tyr trying to message you? Maybe. I only got those messages after the meeting was over. The monitor stays closed in front of the captain, Tucker. That sounds worryingly similar to what Tyr said when he got his first message this morning as well. Okay, never mind that then. What did she want? I think she wanted to throw me out an airlock, but she phrased it as, "How are your reports coming along?" She just wanted to make sure I've been setting up everything for the team that's arriving. Living quarters, security detail, all that. As well as double-checking all incoming packages for whatever they need to set up. She asked about you, actually, which was interesting. If she calls you in for another meeting, I'm, sorry. I think she could tell I wasn't being honest. That's fine. Yeah, but that was most of it. We went over some of my recent reports, and she spoke briefly on the Soknos crew, but it was nothing new. She probably knows she's coming, but it really doesn't behoove her to tell us. She's clearly not worried, so can't be anyone too bad. Tyr seems worried, but I think it's his tail on the line, so that's probably part of it. Probably. Right. Well, that's all I got. I've probably got to head back to work now. You coming? On patrol? I'm not sure I'm feeling up to going out again today, if that's alright. After the morning I've had, I needed a minute to lay down. Just figured I'd offer. Don't worry about staying here, it'll be safe. No monsters, I promise. You sure? Pretty sure I'm looking at one right now. He just rolls his eyes. Well, get some rest. Don't forget, though, you got that thing with Doc tomorrow. And I do think you should go to that. Oh, right. Tucker. What? You're doing that human sulking thing I hate. Here, let me... He pulls up his monitor and starts flipping through some menus at a blistering speed. Said Soknos will be here in 3 days. I mean, that's what Tyr said. Yeah, he's probably right. Well, look, I'm probably going to be done with these reports in a day or two, and you're going to be busy tomorrow. Before the Soknos crew arrives, we could go do something if you want. Go do something? He huffs and rolls his eyes. I don't know, kid. Ain't there shit you want to see around the station? What? Oh, that sounds great. Sorry, I didn't understand. Is that okay? Are you sure you'll have the time? Trust me, I'd rather be doing anything than filling out more forms, even if it means hanging out with you. If it weren't for his tone, I'd almost be worried he's serious. Alright, smartass, it's a plan! What is going on with me this morning? Have you thought about what you might want to show me? His blank expression reads easier than any shitty novel I've ever seen. Seriously? I just thought of it now. Excuse me for trying to do something nice. I just thought you needed to relax is all. Well, where do you go to relax? That isn't the gym. I didn't expect that to be such a hard question for him. Do you seriously only go to the gym? No? I don't get out a lot, okay? Look, I might know a place. I'm gonna ask Doc if it's okay, though. Huh? Why would... Allergies, alright. He's got plants and shit, and I don't want you dying again. That's thoughtful of him. It's probably too crowded in the Arboretum. But that's not the only place on the station that has foliage and shit like that. I know a place. Sure. I trust you, Marruk. That sounds great. He can't help but let a small smile creep onto his face. Alright, kid, I gotta head out. You sure you're gonna be okay here? Here? Yeah, I think I'll manage. Tucker, Really? I'm okay. I tell myself. And I try even harder to believe. Alright. Like I said, your monitor works, so if something's wrong, well, don't bother me. Text Q or something, she can get here faster. 13 minutes flat. I really don't know how she knows that. But, text me if you need to, of course. Before you go, do you think I could get some breakfast somehow? Oh shit, you haven't eaten in like a day, have you? Right, I'll send someone over. Don't got time to get it myself, sorry. I nod as he gets up and gets ready to head out. Alright, stay safe, yeah? You just gotta get through tomorrow and then you're off free. Free? I'm stuck with you for a whole day. You should be so lucky. Bitch! Alright, see you later. See ya, Marruk. He pats the top of my head before jogging out, smile blazoned as he turns the corner. Gonna do thanks, and another reply 3 marks later. Hope you're not dead. How kind. Here to know what we're doing, and his warm, his rough voice, and oh god, his short fur and his soft ears, and... Surely that's the best. I'll just sit here and not think about Give me a minute. I'm gonna hydrate real quick. I'm gonna hydrate. And the ad's running, so we're gonna stop it for the ad. When we're back from the ads, let me grab my thing. Give me my drinks, please. Do you know ad stands? That's the plan, Amethyst. That is the plan. My eyes go wide as I see Marruk clearing above me, and my mind instantly goes back to what happened before I lay down. Why is he staring? Does he know? And wait, did he say something? Sorry, did you say something? Yeah, I did. I said get up. Huh? Is it dinner time already? Dinner? What are you on about? It's the 9th mark. Well, wasn't it like noon? What happened? Tucker, when I got back last night, you were out cold. If you want dinner, there's leftovers that you can have before heading out. Leftovers? Did you eat my dinner, Marruk? He totally did! But I slept through the whole night? Shit, probably for the best, though. And, wait, what did you mean heading out? Nah, shit, I got those exams with Doc, right? Uh-huh. Alright, just give me a minute. Nah, hold up, you're okay. I was just getting you up to let you know I'm heading out. I don't think Doc's gonna be ready for you for another mark or two. So, get cleaned up and then head over. Oh, okay, thanks. Mm-hmm. He stands around awkwardly before coughing into a paw and speaking up. So, don't be upset or nothing, but I told you to come and walk you to Doc's today. Marruk, I can get there myself. I know, but after yesterday, we're all a bit spooked, alright? At least this way you won't be wandering off again. He winks to try and cut the tension. I simply pout and turn away. Look, you get through this and you got a whole day to just relax, alright? I won't even get on your ass about getting up on time. I doubt that. You got me. Really, it's just temporary, okay? I promise. Poker face or not, I believe him. Fine. Good. Now rest up and I'll see you later, yeah? Mm-hmm. Catch you later, Kit. I can't help but crack a small smile as he pats my shoulder before heading out. It might be nice to see Tew again, at least. I'm glad he assigned her to me and not whatever his name was. Not Noche. Someone bangs on the door and I can only assume who it is. I quickly get up, making sure one last time I have everything before heading over to greet her. Hey, Tew. Good morning. I know what you did. How fast can I barricade a door? Scrambling to find a way to lock a sliding door, she knocks again. Come on out, Tiny. I promise I won't hurt you much. I really didn't think this through. There's definitely no other way to get out of here, right? I mean, maybe I could crawl through the vents. I'm sure Rune could find me, and the door opens. Seems like I failed step one of barricading myself in. Struck like a deer in the headlights, I can't do much as she walks in. Her arms are crossed and she's nervously tapping her foot. While scratching the back of her head, she remarks, I really thought this place would be nicer, you know? At least a bit bigger for someone of Marruk's position. Although I do love the walls. Coral's a good color for him. Has she never been here before? I thought they must have hung out a bit before, right? You think we could talk for a minute, Tucker? Feeling a bit disarmed, I take a few slow breaths before giving her a thumbs up. Oh, thanks. She instinctively sits on Marruk's bed as I tentatively take a seat on my own. She huffs as she notices how messy it is, but doesn't comment on it. So, I heard you had a bit of a day yesterday, huh? Something like that, I reply, being sure to add a thumbs up. She leans back, strumming her fingers against the unmade mattress. Figured. Marruk wouldn't tell us about it. Barely talked at all, really. Not that he has to, he's the boss. I feel lucky on days when I can just see him, you know? Did you know he never assigns himself a partner? For almost 4 cycles now, he's just worked alone. I think that's weird. You think that's weird? Still nervous, I instinctively give her a thumbs up. I don't know, just something to think about. I ain't gonna hurt you, Tiny. I know well enough this wasn't all your fault. Marruk could be in a way worse state if it was, but still. Sometimes I just don't know what to do, you know? Her mask falls, and behind it all, I can see she's tired too. Maybe not as much, maybe it's different, but it's there. Her silver eyes reflect like glass in the dark room, eerily cutting through the haze as light bounces off the iris. And what's with you then? Couldn't tell me about it? Didn't we talk about communicating about this? I slip my phone out of my pocket and toss it over to her. Never mind, sorry I asked. I'll give you a break on that one, Tiny. Thanks, I say as she tosses it back to me. Sitting in the dim room, she doesn't leave much in the way of being able to read her face. Not that that's helped me before. Still, besides the eerie pearl glow of her eyes, it's hard to read her at all. Did you at least kiss and make up? I roll my eyes and snort, texting out a short reply. Something like that. I just realized I'm giving her the... Ha! Good! As determined as ever, and with a few deep breaths, she's back to normal. Well, come on then. I gotta get you to the medical wing or Grumpy'll have my hide. I laugh it off and dust myself off, getting ready to head out. Seems a return to form for her as she marches out of the room, not so patiently waiting for me. Nothing better to do, I lock up and follow behind. She seems better already, like she's completely moved past whatever animosity might have been brewing this morning. And by the eye am I thankful for that. I don't think I could manage being stared down by that moon-eyed monster again. I should count my blessings that she forgave me, or at least is willing to forgive me. I know Marruk is still upset at me, but maybe that's enough. Maybe she can tell me. Maybe she can tell somehow. I'd hate for her to hate me too, but I think her breaking my legs might be worse. I have to trust that she doesn't and that Marruk doesn't either. I'll do what I can to make it up to both of them, even if that means more patrols. And gym marks. Speaking of patrols, it seems like she's right back into it, just talking about whatever's on her mind. So, I'm guessing that this quick trip to the medical wing ain't all for fun, huh? I can't even begin to imagine what your alien biology is like, but you seem alright enough. You get hurt, Tiny? Someone hurt you? Who do I need to subdue? I'd pay top dollar to see her try and fight that damn mascot, but unfortunately I don't think she's strong enough to tackle a ghost. I wave her off and she just chuckles. Wow, I ain't been over here in a while. Not since Marruk was all beat up and stuff. I wonder if I should get a checkup myself. Probably not today, ha! Huh, I mean, I know he's lost an eye. I guess it never crossed my mind that I could have gotten it here. He did say it was on Soknos' pay, though. So it makes sense. But wait, if he got it here, that would... Then would Marruk have... Marruk have... No, that's too many assumptions to make right now. I'll just keep it in mind for later. Hey, Tiny. This is it, yeah? I nod as she gestures to the door to Dox's office. She reaches over and knocks a few times before stepping back. I can hear footsteps coming from the other side of the door as he approaches. I fucking love you, Marruk. I mean it. I will, thank you. I say with a nod. She smiles before winking and heading off. She seems... nice. She is. Bit of a handful, though, no? And we're just gonna hold down control now. Pater! The gay one. Literally the only other confirmed homosexual on the Icoriod 2. It's literally only Tucker and Pater. Hang on. Obviously, there's one part that I have to reread. There's one thing that I want to reread. Here it is. I wouldn't call it balanced Verison. All I've ever heard you talking about is eating meat. Fair, Thenno. Maybe there's the need to try something a little heavier. Ugh. What kind of meat does he eat? I whisper to Marruk as Pater cools down. Men. Huh? I'm sorry, perhaps I shouldn't have made that remark. It's not an appropriate conversation for this time. Huh? I thought he was of aid for his species. What's got you all in a fuss? Well, sure, but we haven't spoken much on species dimorphism or sexual preferences compared to reproductive organs and... He cuts himself off as he notices Pater staring. I like men. I know that. By the void, I wasn't telling you that, I was telling him. Oh, right. Especially big ones. He says in a sultry voice punctuated by biting his lower lip. Stop it. Marruk replies in a flat tone. That's it. That's all I wanted to reread because it was amazing. I fucking love that scene. If we can have more comedy moments with Pater, I will die happy. Any news from Marruk? Let me check. Marruk says he's on his way. He'll probably be here after we go over these results. Did you look at them before I woke up? Marruk is headed over now to pick you up. Do you have anything else you'd like to go over today before departing? I don't think so. Goddamn. We are... Marruk thinks we're gonna explode if we hear about Cock. He might actually think that. It doesn't take long for a certain disgruntled and crimson-clad figure to peek one of the corners, only perking up as he notices me waiting outside. Straightening his stance, he walks over to me with a confused look on his muzzle. Doc kick you out? Something like that. Scans show I had a bunch of alien worms inside me, super dangerous. He just wanted to make sure he didn't get infected. You should run if you want to stay safe. So what, he got tired of you or something? Nah, I just couldn't stay in that room any longer. Figured I'd wait out here in the fresh air. Yeah, can't blame you. Well, you ready to go, or... Yeah. Kicking off the wall, I follow behind him, taking our familiar route back to the suite. So, what did you even do in there? I tried to read over some of what Doc sent me, but it was a bit above my pay grade. Honestly, all I did was lay down for a few marks and get irradiated by strange machines. Oh, like x-rays and shit? Pretty much. Why? Just curious is all. He's tried to explain some of the shit he does to me before, but I could never really understand it. I had a bunch of that shit done to me when I got this. He gestures to his eye. But, I think they were also checking for, like, shrapnel and shit. Void, I still probably have some metal in me somewhere. Besides your eye? Well, yeah, I mean, I've got... He cuts himself off and turns away with a pout. I try and lean out in front of him to see what he's doing, but he notices me and turns back. I mean, I've got a neural, ain't I? I thought those were, like, really tiny. Still metal. I guess. We walk a hallway or two before either of us speak up again. Well, you already know my day was boring. What'd you do all day? Thought I told you, Soak knows shit. Still trying to get all that set up. Bet you couldn't do much until they arrived. Well, sure, try telling that to the captain. I mean, you're right, but that's not how she sees it. So I get to double check all the schedules and security checkpoints. Same shit I'd do anyways, but now it's fun because there's extra pressure. Ugh. But yeah. Mostly spent the day filling out reports and making calls. Heard from Tew, though, after she picked you up. You did? About what? Just that you're alive, mainly. Why? No reason. He's clearly suspicious, but he drops it as we walk down the halls. So, are you off tomorrow, or are we going to have to wait and see if you can take off before Soknos gets here? Might have to wait and see. Now that it's clear the captain is keeping an eye on things, I might only have a small window for whatever it is we're going to do. You still haven't figured it out? I was a bit busy today, Kit. Anyways, I still want to ask Doc if it's alright to take you. Texted him, but he said he had to ask Pater about it, whoever that is. That's his assistant. Short guy, kinda bossy. Oh shit, I think I've met him actually. I guess I'll reach out tomorrow, see what he says. It'll probably be fine. Okay, if you say so. Shush you. He scoffs as he pats my back. Arriving at our room, he heads into the bathroom to change while I stretch out on my bed. I'm not really sure what we're going to do with the rest of the night. I think it's only the 25th mark or something, still a bit early to try and sleep. I don't suppose he's in any mood to read me any more reports. Guess we'll figure it out when he's done changing. Stepping out, he hangs up his jacket and squares away his boots before lounging in his chair. He's kicked his feet up and is checking out something on his monitor, wistfully unaware I'm staring at his frankly lax display. He grumbles to himself, working tirelessly at whatever it is he's doing before leaning back. His chair folds back until his head is almost eye level with my own, and a cold blue eye comes into focus. Comfy? I was. Am I interrupting? I could always go... What do you want? Why do you think I want something? I'm bored. It's too early to sleep. Well, entertain yourself. Ain't you got a book or something? Marruk. Ugh. Fine, give me a tick. He wipes his monitor away and gets up, a confused look on his muzzle as he looks around. I don't know what you'd want to do, Kit. I don't entertain guests often. I'm aware. Slips out, unfortunately, under my breath. He scratches his ear as he looks through the cabinets until he notices something on his desk. Ah, fuck, I mean... Well, I got this, game thing. But I ain't played it in, what, a cycle now? Kinda forgot I had it, honestly. He points to a controller in a box on his desk. I figured that was some kind of monitor at this point. I've been stuck here for almost a week now, and you're only now telling me I could have been playing video games this whole time? Video game, singular. I only have the one. Semantics. Well, you know now. So, it's either this or you can try to figure out something better. I roll my eyes, but concede I'd much rather play whatever singular game he has than sit alone with my thoughts. Yeah, I'd be down to try it. You run your head into a wall. Wait, what? Excuse me? Nah, fuck, idioms don't translate right. Go for it? Sorry. You, don't want to turn? Not really. It was a gift. I never played it often as is. Okay. Can you at least help me get it set up? Can't you? Right. Yeah, give it here. Handing it over, he sits back down and moves some of the cords around before switching it on. After what looks like a little trial and error, a screen pops up with a small model of a carrion holding what looks like a sword and shield. It's pretty low tech in terms of graphics, but I'll be damned if it's not charming. Fantasy? Never figured you'd be into that kind of stuff. What's the title say? Nader of Light, a corrupted spirit. Ugh. Said it was a gift, alright. Here, this button will get you started, and I think this one attacks. I don't remember the controls. I'm sure you can figure it out. Wow, thanks. You sure you don't want that turn? Nah, I'm good, really. Now I'll be back here finishing up some reports. Try not to need me. Oh, I will. We'll see how long that lasts. Turning back to the game, though, I'm almost amazed this is some of the first Carrion media I'm consuming. In a game, no less. Booting it up, I can barely navigate the menus, but I think I found my way to a save slot of some kind. Seeing 2 slots taken, noting one with considerably more time logged, I managed to navigate my way to an empty one and create a new save. The game opens with a dramatic cutscene of a landscape ravaged by war with countless low-poly bodies. Unfortunately, it seems as though there is no spoken dialogue, and without being able to understand the subtitles, I missed a good amount of the plot. I think I'm some kind of devout knight set out to cleanse some grand evil from the land. Maybe. Now that I can actually play the game, my character seems to be the same as the one on the starting screen. As I jankily wobble about the starting area, I feel a bit self-conscious and slowly turn my head only to lock eyes with Marruk. You sure you don't want to play, bud? It's distracting as all, the light and sounds and whatnot. I'll just watch or something, okay? Fine by me. I don't really know what I'm doing anyways. I say as I fumble around with the controls. Marruk nudges towards the edge of his bed and I move the chair back so we're side by side now. It's comforting in some way. So, tell me about Nader and his corruption. You're not Nader. Nader is a land you're in. You're some unnamed soldier sent to stop the spread of corruption. Wasn't that in the intro? The one in Korain? The language I can't read? Right. Yeah, it's something like that. Well, anyways, you're here to fix the lands, but you got corrupted yourself. Hey, I'm just in the beginning area, no spoilers. It was in the intro, I'm helping you out here. Oh. Neither of us talk for a good 5 minutes as I wander around and mash through pop-ups I can't read, slowly getting used to the combat system. It was kind of like a 3D Zelda game, but maybe a little clunkier. Ah, he said it! He said it! Zelda! Pretty sure it's more like Elden Ring. The enemies are sure as void meaner. Marruk notices me getting killed and speaks up. I thought humans had this kind of technology. You sure you know what you're doing? Hey, it's hard, alright? Have you ever even beaten this before? Me? Don't think so. I'm sure you're not much better then. Tough words from someone who's about to die again. No, I'm not, I say proudly as an axe promptly clefts me in twain. I'll get him next time. Uh-huh. Marruk duly notes as he rests his head on his arm, a smile slowly creeping along his muzzle. The dim light from the game dancing off the short for his idle thoughts simmer behind his eyes. I find myself almost wanting to reach out and what? What would I do? Pet him? Scratch his ear? He's messed with my hair before, but is it the same? No, surely not. Instead, I respond and keep running my head into that wall. A mark or so passes in abject silence, only interrupted by a few snide remarks from the world's most unhelpful security chief. He still insists on not picking up the controller, but he has at least pointed me in the right direction a few times. I haven't beat a boss! Just one, though. I found a few others, but they've all hastily turned me into carrion paste. Marruk says that's normal, and I just hope all carrion video games aren't this hard. Bro, it's a fucking Soulsborne! Honestly, if I were Tucker in this situation, I would have already given up. I would have already given up. Because, like... the first time I played Elden Ring, the fucking tutorial took me 6 hours! 6 hours of blood, sweat, and tears. Yeah, 6. I have not beaten another boss since. I just hope all carrying games aren't this hard or this violent. There's still plenty to explore though, and the world itself is quite beautiful for only being rendered in muted tones. Did I bash my head into the wall? No! 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 Because I don't know the combat system. I'm more used to combat systems similar seen in Zelda games and Kingdom Hearts. Not Elden Ring, where they chew you up, spit you out, shit on your corpse, and then ask why you're upset. I ask if the world is based on anything, but he says it's all just fantasy. Another marker so passed and I found myself getting a little drowsy. Yawning, I go to put the controller down, but Marruk, now seemingly more invested than ever, pipes up. You done? Yeah, I think I might call it there. Gotta figure out what the fuck I'm doing tomorrow if you're gonna be out busy all day. Might see if Tia will let me follow her again. She'd probably love that. Doubt she'd ever say no to having another person to pester. But, here, give me the controller. You want to save it, don't you? Oh yeah, thanks. He grunts and seems to lock in my progress before lingering on the screen for just a bit too long. Those, your saves? Huh? Oh, one of them is. Figure the other, came with the game or something. Never bothered deleting it. So, which was yours? This one. He scrolls up to the one with fewer marks logged and hovers over it before surprisingly loading it up. I recline in his chair, leaning towards him as he half dangles off his bed, arms to the side holding the controller away from himself, his head resting gently at an uncomfortable angle on his nightstand. It doesn't look very comfy, and yet I've rarely seen him calmer. His character, much more well-equipped than my own, is in a flawless temple or castle of some kind. Light streaking through the windows in a very impressive low-poly design. Yeah, I remember why I stopped playing now. Yeah? Yeah. This area fucking sucked. Way too many nights to follow you through the whole place, and the boss is a real bitch. He's got 2 phases, watch out for that. Spoilers. I mockingly let out in a low tone. For someone who had no interest in playing, he makes no mention of stopping as he walks through the temple adorned with dim golden light. The veneer fades, however, and the world grows darker and more decrepit. Thorns and jagged edges bleed into the architecture as life leaves the land. So, is this the end of the game? There's a very dramatic aura about this place. Yeah? Is that what your English major is telling you? Pfft, fuck off with that. No, this is about halfway, maybe less. Jeez, long game then, huh? Words fail him as he dodges about his more heavily clad foes. Eventually, he even makes it to what could only be a boss arena. A hotbed of broken digital bodies and lingering shadows. A cutscene plays, one of the hundreds of festering carrions stands up. It can barely move under the weight of its own atrophied muscles and burnt flesh. They say something, probably a profane insult to our hero's journey, before picking up a rotten sword in their one good arm. An armor of darkness enveils them and the fight begins. I try and give him some time to breathe, but it seems the boss does not. Rushing our hero, the first slash comes out, and Marruk is late to react. He dodges a few of the attacks, but it's not even close. He's dead within a minute. You weren't kidding about this one being tough, huh? No, I'm really remembering why I don't play this anymore. It's alright, I never really needed to know the ending anyways. What's that? It's not a happy story, can't imagine the ending's any happier. It could be. Unimpressed, he revives and heads for the boss again. Again? Last time, alright? Gotta get up early enough as is. Hey, you're the one with the controller, not me. Is he enjoying this? Surely if he wasn't, he'd have put it down already. Maybe it's just nice to come back to after all this time. He enters the room and skips the cutscene. Surprisingly, he does pretty well. He stumbles a lot, but he actually manages to get him low. Although from what he said earlier, he's far from done. With one last cut, another cutscene plays, the burnt carrion stumbles and barely manages to catch himself on his blade. He says something to himself as a tear drops from his helmet. Then the darkness recedes, only to plunge its way through him. It pierces what's left of his flesh, carving into the begotten night. The armor reforms, twisted and grotesque, his one arm now malformed, blade oversized and ripe to cut. And from behind his helmet, only one piercing eye remains. It's clearly not a fair fight, but he's surprisingly holding his ground. You think you can do it? Not with you distracting me! Never stopped you before. Things rarely do. Still on the back foot, his strategy seems to emphasize damage avoidance. It's slow and tedious, but he's alive. Barely. It's not until the boss catches a cataclysm of causes a cataclysm to spears to rain from the sky does he finally perish. The poor knight never stood a chance. Nyeh, figured as much. I mean, you did pretty damn well. Thanks. Yeah, he always used to give us trouble. Seems nothing's changed. The words slip out as he brings up the pause menu. He closes the game. Well, thanks for that, Marruk. Maybe we can play some other time, yeah? Yeah, maybe, kid. I'm gonna go to bed now, yeah? Yeah. He nods and slinks past me into the bathroom. I try as I might not to intrude, I hear the cabinet open. Like bones cracking, something is devoured and gone. I leave it at that and get into my bed. Close my eyes and let stillness wash over me. Okay. I am dead. I'm dead, and I'm dead, and I'm dead forever. I'm dead, and I'm dead, and I'm dead forever. Yep. Tomorrow's tennis ace. Tomorrow's tennis ace, so just prepare for that. Stay safe, have a good night, and I'll see you all tomorrow.